down. Greg Ulysses. IPP Pros are here. IPP Pro Bob Hathaway, I guess it is Bob. No Rami today. Let's see if Rami comes on. All the Arabs. Johnny Sebastian. Hey, Johnny. Johnny, you in Los Angeles? Oh, Thor's Pull. I mean, it's surprised. What is it? 1,100? What's it, 2 times body weight? I don't know. It's impressive, but is it that impressive? I know people go nuts when they hear that. Yes, it's impressive. I mean, what's he weigh, 500? I mean, I've seen people 180 pull 630. I guess that's 3 times body weight. Oh, shoot. Is my volume okay? Here's my temperature for the coronavirus. I keep this next to my computer. I didn't take my temperature today. I actually thought I had it after the Arnold. I was so run down. Portugal. Evolution of bodybuilding. Evolution of Luke Sandow. Look, Luke, I got alternative glasses in case I have to look at your pictures. Looking for Champion 32, Luke. Evolution of bodybuilding. Didn't you do some thing about Kamal? I think you got that completely wrong. You're coming up with a conspiracy theory of why Kamal can't win the Olympia. You're wrong on it. Luke, how many members you got at your gym now? Besides your dog. IPB Harith. Luke, this is how I keep entertained. People ask me, Luke, if I was from Britain because I had a British sense of humor. Oh, look at that, Luke. Why did James decide to work with Patrick Tour? P Tour. You have to ask Hollingshead. He needed a father figure and Luke didn't cut it for him. Come on, Luke, I'm trying to get you to laugh. Let me see if I get Luke Sandow. The Muffin Man, Matt Kuba's here. San Jose, Northern Cal by San Francisco. San Francisco's a hot spot, right? It's a hot spot for coronavirus. Sunday, nobody's up. Matt, is today your off day, Matt Cooper? I think my phone froze. Johnny Sebastian, you doing 212 or you doing board shorts? Men's physique. I always forget the name. Men's physique. I call it board shorts. People get pissed. It's. I mean, people know what you're talking about. No, it's high-tech question. If I crush 10 milligrams of D-ball into 10 pieces, sounds like a SAT question, and I use 1 milligram of dianabol in pre-workout, will it work to absorb all protein and preserve muscles? I think for me to answer that, I'd need like A, yes, B, no, C, none of the above. No, I'm talking about Kamal El-Gargni, evolution of bodybuilding. No, but you got something, you were talking about like drug tests and stuff, which, believe me, it's over your head. Yeah, Thor's 193 kilograms, so that's, in pounds, he's 400, so he deadlift what? 12? Yeah, three times body weight or something? Should I use test only in my first cycle? And no, that's all you need. Nothing for me to chat about. I know all the details on Kamal's story. Everything else is conjecture. The idea that Arnold got rid of the 212 Olympia, the 212 show is like insane, ludicrous. Do you take protein shakes? Yes. If yes. Oh, see, it's an SAT question. If yes, what brand do you use? I actually like Palumbo's Isolise, the taste. Oh, Matt Cooper finishes English muffins. As far as I know, Eduardo's still working with me. Oh, that's because you got San Francisco and California has the lowest per capita. That's because you guys locked down early, I guess, right? Ramadan Mubarak to you, to Fadi. Tomorrow we finish the lockdown in Italy. I didn't know that. Wow, you gotta be just literally. You gotta be excited to get outside. Biggest freak ever, Dillette or Coleman? Probably, in a lot of ways. I'm Coleman, but Dillette was freaky too. Say hi to Brazil. Rice and egg whites post-workout are okay, or should I do fats? No, eat whole eggs if you're trying to gain weight. Patrick Moby, the next Mr. Olympia. Someone says, evolution of bodybuilding. Some anabolic compounds does not convert to DHT because they are high androgen. So how DHT different from androgens? I don't even know. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't. $30 eggs a diet. 30 eggs a day diet. Anabolic is just BS. No, you can eat 30 eggs. If it's your only protein source, that's what? 3 times 200 grams of protein? Was it 1 egg, 7 grams? Oh, that's funny. Hey, Chris, here's an idea. Make an audio version of your book. Which one? The fat loss book? This is my plug, which is why I do these, actually to keep from going crazy with my championship bodybuilding. People hate my voice, so Intermediate training involves training each body part less frequently. The beginner can train more often because he has practice in form, coordination, and feel. He is not using. It wouldn't work. Maybe I'll get like The Rock to read it. Oh, what do you think the fair dollar amount would be? What pros spend a year on gear? I have no idea. I don't even know what stuff costs. Simple carbs intro right after workout or not? Both. Marcus Rule is one of the freakiest. Absolutely sure. No doubt. Can you look good without any DHT? I don't even understand what that means. In off-season, how do you manage cheat meal with your athletes? Off-season, I just let them eat. I know it's not too scientific. Everyone gets fat in the off-season, end of story. Get Nick's strength and power to read your book. There's a book. It's green. It's by one of the gurus in the sport, Chris Aceto. How do hard gainers put on weight fast? Eat fast. Because Alf, one of my favorite shows ever, said if you eat fast, you can eat more. As in, do you need DHT for hardness? Probably. 5A reductase inhibitors reduce DHT, yeah. Why did AMI get rid of the Masters Olympia? Good question. I don't know. I think because, I don't know, the mass fan base wasn't too into it. I don't know. You'd have to ask David Pecker once he stops interviewing the aliens and trying to figure out where's Hillary's emails. Alf was a great show. Yeah, he was excellent on Hollywood Squares. He'd be great on like RX Muscle Live, I'm sure. Dave would do a great interview with him. EQ, no, not for cutting. Should I do carb cycling with fat or protein? Should I do carb cycling with fat? Carb cycling sounds like you're cycling carbs. It threw me, that question. Best digestive enzyme foods to have with your meals. Veg salads. Two-way shakes a day or better solid food? I'm a solid food guy, but for convenience, whey. But I still think, my theory is that whey, a lot of people have issues with whey in their gut. Fat loading versus carb loading. Carb loading. You mean like the last 3 days? Carb loading. Or even 4 days if you're flat. Fat and protein together always to build, yes. To build mass. Pretty boy, Illy. Oh, this guy says, no, when I go on a low carb diet, should I raise protein or fat? Protein. But not too high, because it can be converted into carbs anyway, into glucose. Do you count fibers as carbs? No, just as I don't count carbs as fibers. If I need to increase overall calorie amount, should I increase just carbs or fat instead? Start with carbs and then include fats. Hello from Michigan. Oh gosh, I'm afraid you're going to shoot me, bro. When is the best time to start carb cycling? Carb cycling works when you're almost there. You're just about in shape. Carbs last meal of the day when you're trying to get lean? No. Oh, good question. If someone body is not estrogen prone, but he uses masteron or winstrol, do these drugs eliminate estrogen to zero? Not to zero, but I think it's that they don't convert to masteron. Masteron doesn't convert to estrogen. Hey Chris, what new athletes have come into your camp? I don't know. I usually get people exiting more than coming. Let's see. Into my camp. A couple amateurs. I'm really enjoying your books. Good. Direct and useful information. Good. I'm going to get The Rock to read them on audio cassette. The best Arabic coach in your opinion? Oh my gosh, I'll set off a... You got George Farah, Arab. Abdullah, Arab. Abdullah's best friend, what's his face? What's his name? Abdullah, George Farah. You got Hani, who's Persian, but not Arab, but people think they're the same. Isn't it funny? Yeah, we need another podcast episode with you, Dusty and Ron. They're two of my best friends in the sport. Testosterone cypionate of Susanon. You worked with Rob from Barnsley, but he did his own diet, did he? Yes, I worked with him. I did his diet for him when he won the British. Yeah, Ahmed Asghar. It's Ahmad Asghar. Tessin Decker or Tessin Boldenone. 90 kilogram enhanced athlete, you need at least, says you're 200, you need at least 230 grams a day. Increase testosterone naturally? Yeah, there's supplements that do that. Raphael, I'm not sure which one he's going to do. Dianabol or Turinabol? Turinabol. Protein and fat, both necessary when you're on a low-carb diet. Yes, I would agree with that. Winstrol injection of pills. I think they're a wash, the same. Stubborn body fat around the belly area, you gotta go really low carbs. How do you balance salt the last day before the competition? $1 million question. Depends on the person. Incredibly variable. When in doubt, none. Are all supplement brands equally good? No. No, I don't count the protein in like, it's Megamass 2000 or Ripped Fuel. I mean, dude, you're definitely over 50 years old. High volume versus low, a mix between the two, but I'd be inclined to say low. Himalayan salt, really, but no. I don't believe in Himalayan or sea salt. I like salt. The one with the lady with the umbrella on the can. You, Bob, Chick, and Ray in the same room. Who leaves first? I guess the question would be who would enter first. Do you ever discuss with Dave when you do your shows, but just keep it to yourself? We don't plan whatsoever for the show. Not 1 second of preparation. I don't know much about SARMs. People keep asking me. I don't know anything about them. Main reason of gynecomastia, high estrogen. How many grams per kilogram protein for a natural bodybuilder? Same as someone using steroids. At least a gram per pound. How many days of train abs? 3 days a week plus or more. No, I've never trained anyone with arthritis. Your Hemby effect. Yes, it does help stubborn body fat. Thoughts on David ICKE. Who is that? Espanol? No, I don't speak Spanish. Do you know what helps against DHT acne? I mean, you can use topical rubbing alcohol or benzoyl peroxide. I know that's like a band-aid for it. Quincy Whittington. Are the open competitors nowadays too big? No, I don't think so. They just don't have the crazy lines that maybe people had 15 years ago. No, it's not important to rotate protein sources. Absolutely not. Hello from Italy. I don't know, Cool Bros. Probably yes. Most exciting up-and-coming English bodybuilder apart from Luke Sandow. Yes, I'm working with Roden. I don't know. Harry Harris, the Barnsley Bowl. I help those guys. I'm not writing another book. Favorite JC at 2001. Thoughts on a 50-50 whey casein protein. On paper, it sounds great. Relationship with Joe Weider, professional relationship. We get along very well. I got to spend a decent amount of time with him in his office. He didn't intimidate me, so he liked me. You know when people get intimidated, they just can't relax, and then you can't. It's a different plane of thought. I think he intimidated a lot of people. A lot of bodybuilders. Rightfully so. His office was like going into, the Oval Office. HGH work, if it's expired 2018, I don't know. You think Neil is trying to poach Raphael? I don't know. Ask Neil or ask Raphael. Are you in Florida? Cuts? Does Neil have 90 IFBB Pro wins with 31 different bodybuilders? Pro wins. Whey protein unflavored and no sweetener. Good to take at night, yes. Chris, do you recommend to use gainer powder to bulk during Ramadan because it's too hard? Yeah, you could use a gainer powder. Yeah, rice is probably better for gaining than oats. You can't eat a lot of carbs from oats to gain mass. And oats is not the best, it's slow to digest, sometimes too slow. What's your go-to protein? Steak. Mine. Steak. No, I never met Vince Garanda. Bro, I'm not that old. Oh, Cuts. I mean, okay. Yeah, you're Andrew's friend. I remember you from. We went to lunch at Tampa last year. Yeah, when Neil said he was, forget it. Can I run Deca at 200 blah 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 million? Definitely 50 years old. Any advice? I would run tests over using the Deca iron heads. How often can we train adductors? When you train quads. Once every 5 to 9 days. Thank you, Chuck E. Cheese. Because DECA is very water retentive. Would it be intimidating to meet Warren Buffett? No, because he's like a country bumfuck. It'd be intimidating to meet Ray Dalio or Mark Cuban, but that's why people love Warren Buffett. He's like just a regular guy. Happens to have billions. Seafood only on protein. Yeah, it's fine. If someone has not gluten, blah blah, lactose intolerant, does he use these? I don't understand that question. If you wake hungry in the middle of the night, is it okay to take a serving away? Yes, absolutely. 2 servings, you'll grow more. Carbs and fat together, insulin resistance. Probably carbs by their cells may lead to insulin resistance more than the 2. Can Flex Lewis win an Olympia? The next one? A pass. He's going to do a lot better than people think. Who carries the most risk on properties if unemployment continued to rise? Landlords, banks, etc. Landlords. It's hard to understand what protections exist and who benefits from the COVID relief program. The most risk there is the landlord, because the landlord cannot foreclose on the bank, but the bank can foreclose on the landlord, which they will do in a second. A second. Never be nice to a banker, ever, even if he tries to be nice to you, because it's all just fake crap. Yes, I know he's from Omaha, but he's not a Manhattan, pinstripe suit driving a Jaguar, eating $500 meals guy. Yeah, trend 150. You can get away with trend 75. I know people laugh at that. Big Ramy's current physique, he's big. It's always the same. Advice for 22-year-old to get into real estate: find something that cash flows, a 4-unit, and buy it. Live in it. Rent the other 3. No, Reagan has great genetics. Reagan Grimes. A weak body part's a result of weak neurological connection. That's a tremendous question, and I would be inclined to say absolutely yes. That's why when people train a weak body part, I ask them, do you feel it? And they say no. Okay, so you got to do something, exercises that you can feel what you're doing. David Woes, yes. Your thoughts on dairy products? Absolutely nothing wrong with them. How do I feel about keto? Works for a lot of people, especially if they're really fat. Where up is Sass? Where, I think you're trying to say Muscle with Style is trying to say, where is Sass? He's having a baby coming up in the next 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Where is Sass? Can asymmetry be corrected? I don't think so. Rafael Brandeo looks tremendous right now. Up the long way. No, I don't train only pro bodybuilders. 185, 90 pounds. Yeah, 45 to 60 grams per meal. Yeah, that's fine. Any plans to get any back on JTV? Yeah, at some point. Eduardo can win the Olympia? Yes. I've been on JTV. Power factor training, yes, with Matarazzo and DeMeo. Gimmick. Can Keon Pearson make a top 5 in 212? Possibly, yeah. It's got the right lines, it's about the lines. When you come in, valuetainment. At some point. Probably when Sean and Kamal win the Olympia. Or coil, yeah, you got to find the exercises that you feel on each body part when it's weak, a weak body part. All shows pushed to the end of the year. Will this affect quality? I don't know. Post-workout carbs necessary during cutting? Nope. Best advice you can give to an aspiring bodybuilder: be patient. Any seminars in Florida soon? I hate seminars. Do you think body tattoos affect your placement in competition? No, but I don't think they complement your physique. All the way from Saudi, Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak to Majid Physique. Qatif, Saudi. Was Jay Cutler your biggest success? Yeah. Greatest all the time in bodybuilding history for you? I guess Arnold. I've answered that question before. Best working out, where do you remember? Best working out, do you remember? Dr. Abbas. Rafa Brandeo, he has a chance in the current scenario, yes. He's going to do really well. He looks great. Big, 128 kilograms, whatever that is. Do you feel like Classic will take over the sport? I predicted that from the first show. I'm usually right on my predictions. People who know me know I predict all kinds of things. They don't always come true, but they're my opinion of what will happen in the future. I don't have a Mount Rushmore of all-time bodybuilders, because then you're going to leave people off. Who will win the next presidential? Trump. Dumb Trump will. Who'll be the next Olympia to have a multiple-year run? Good question. It might be someone we don't know, because that's the tradition outside of Phil, who was coronated Mr. Olympia from winning the juniors. We don't know. Usually comes from, like, nobody thought Jay would win, nobody thought Ronnie would win, nobody thought Roden would win. His Big J. It's a real estate question, Jay. When do you think the real estate will be affected by the virus? When will be a good time to buy or invest in real estate? Commercial or residential? I'm sure there's no buyers in Miami. I know that. I just spoke to a broker today. Real estate is still local. You know, it's not like Apple stock is selling for $285 in California and Maine. You can have a hot market in, California or Vegas, and it could be dead in Boston or Cleveland or Chicago. So you got to know the local market. Dennis Wolf. What was he missing to be Mr. Olympia? Back. Jay Cutler did not get banned at 2002 Olympia. See that, Jay? How do I bring in Jay? I still haven't. I pushed the screen too much. Let's see. I usually see stuff like on the bottom where I can bring people in. Oh, here it is. Jay could just be waking up planning for the day. See if Jay hops on here. We'll have the internet may crash. Carbs after the gym, then you can do carbs and protein. If Jay don't come on, that means he's still awake. Can't be bothered. Uh-oh. What are you eating?
Chris. I'm putting my socks on, Chris, right now.
What are you going? Go for a walk or do cardio?
I'm gonna do cardio. Look at the dogs; they're sitting there looking at me right now.
Oh, what do they do? They can't live without you, dude. If you don't go out into the Corona world and get them food, they're dead.
Dude, they eat more than I do right now.
People can say, Jay, on Instagram, what do you do to get your dogs to have such a fast metabolism?
They love the sun. They love the sun. See, she lays in the sun right there.
That's funny, right on that little 12-inch edge, right?
Well, I open the shades a little bit so she can sit in the sun. That's the crazy part.
That's funny.
What's going on in Maine?
Nothing, just
I was listening to some of your questions. The real estate, the residential, when people start defaulting on their loans, then the real estate will start to, the deals will start coming.
yeah, we got to get some pain first.
It's funny. I talked to everyone. I talked to the banks. I talked to all the car dealers. Everyone's buying cars. They're like, according to everyone, there's no like downside of anything right now.
Really? Maybe
Well,
do the cars have zero financing right now?
well, everyone's giving away stuff, no interest for whatever years, you know, and depending on what it is.
I need someone to help me get a good deal on a Bentley.
You need a good lease negotiator.
Like remember the guy from Star Wars? Not Star Wars. Who's the guy, price negotiator on Expedia? The guy who was on Star Trek. Dun.
Yeah, it's funny. What's next? What's the week plan right now?
Well, it's Sunday, so Sundays is positioning day. You got to decide how you're going to kick off your Monday.
I know, but what's the scheming plan for the week?
I am going to, let's see, I'm going to try to get some Airbnbs rented. And I talk to people and say, like, I've already contact people and like, any deals around, you know, anything, any deals, any real estate deals? People are like, Chris, it's like, wait, no.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Everyone's just like, everyone's just crazy to open up their states, right? You know, just, okay, we're in. Okay, now everyone's got to go back out. Let's go to the Lakers game.
Well, what about Buffett? He spoke yesterday, huh?
Yeah, he
Dumped all the airline stock. What's that tell you?
yeah, you know what's so funny? He is on record by saying it's the worst investment to make ever, airline stocks, and yet he bought them. But I love it. He says you win some and you lose some. You know, not this. You know, you have good investments.
So he flipped them all yesterday, huh?
No, he flipped them like I think it was maybe a month ago.
Oh, okay.
He had that yesterday. It was at like he uses that. He usually has that expo in Omaha every year where groupies come. It's like if you had the Jay Cutler Groupie Expo, everyone would come. And he usually just talks, you know, all the vendors. It's like an Arnold Expo. All the companies that he owns have, you know, booths there, and he goes around to every booth and he gives like the State of the Union speech on his money.
So he did it on like a Zoom call or something yesterday, or?
Yeah, he's got 128 billion in cash, but he can't find what to do with it. He says he can't find a good investment.
Yeah.
And people like this, invest in this. He's like, listen, for me to make money, I got to invest at least 30 billion. I can't invest like 5 million, get to double my money.
Yeah. Waste of time.
You got. He's like, I need to find something that's like substantial.
Yeah. It's funny. What are the kids up to?
They are just looking for something. They're going to go bike riding today.
Who's driving? How many are driving so far?
They don't want to drive. They don't drive.
Really?
They're like, no big deal. It's crazy.
They don't get to drive the Mercedes. Now, what happened to the Mercedes? I heard you talking about it was damaged.
Oh, I bought you'll love it. I bought a freezer for a big giant freezer to put food in. And it was in the driveway, and I was like backing up trying to avoid it, and I hit the house.
So who fixes it?
Insurance.
But I mean, who fixes it? You have a local guy or?
Yeah, they have a great, they A plus like collision place right up the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually it's a ripoff to fix those cars. You know, I thought, is that the one that broke down when you drove to the New York Pro?
No, no, that was the one that broke down when I drove to Atlantic City.
Oh,
And Sugar Sean Ray ran because Cedric was late for the meeting because he was with me, and Sugar Sean tried to get him kicked out of the show. It never ends with this guy.
you guys have this thing going on, huh?
Well, I guess he has it with everyone, right? He had it with Nasser, he has it with Dexter, he has it with, you know.
Yeah, I had it with him. I had it with him for 13. You remember, I wasn't going to he said I wasn't going to compete. I was going to bail out last minute.
Oh, well, you must have had it in 01 too, because, you know, he was pissed that you sued the IPB.
Yeah, you know what's funny though, Chris, is like when I moved to Orange County in '99, like I was like, Sean was my idol, you know. I mean, he was someone I looked at in the magazines. It's like, it's funny, everyone was a superstar in the magazine back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Joe, that he knew how to make everyone a big star. That was the difference. And today, now social media, these guys can't make themselves stars, you know?
You thought, go ahead.
Sometimes they post stuff that just, you know, it's not as, you know, they need some sort of guidelines to post certain things, I think.
You thought, meaning what?
I
Everything?
thought Sean, you know, for me, like, you know, he did it, you know, with the cars and all that stuff. You think bodybuilders are super rich, you know, and you told me I could make money, but I mean, I never looked at it as like, oh man, I can make that much money. I mean, it was just the mail order and all that other stuff. I did that interview with Q the other day. I was talking about that, like, you know, in the beginning, like you probably influenced me the most, you know, because I didn't know anything about bodybuilding. You're like, hey, start selling a t-shirt and a picture. You know, I'm thinking, who the hell's going to buy my t-shirt and picture? But they came in, you know. I still get people that follow me on Instagram. They said, you wrote me letters back in the early 90s. Isn't that crazy?
That's incredible. That's who you're building the fan base from Eustace Street.
Yeah,
And you thought,
I followed one guy like 3 days ago. He has pictures of you in there too when you were like heavier, you know, you were still bodybuilding, you can tell. But he's like, follow me, you know, I've been, you know, because he's like, I used to write you letters and da 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 da. And I was thinking about Roy and Nora the other day. Remember Roy and Nora?
get us upgraded all over the world.
Yeah, he worked for United, man. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm flying from California to New Jersey. Can you get me upgraded first class? Yep, no big deal.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to
I don't know. I just lost touch with him. I was going to ask you on your feed. I said, where's Roy and Nora? And I was wondering if you'd know who it was.
He's the upgrade king.
You were talking about the Arthur's Bagels in Worcester, bro. You couldn't wait, and you would make that. You were talking about making that protein into a paste, and you'd put it on your bagels. I'd be like, hey, do you want some food? You're like, no, I'm going to have bagels and protein paste.
Yeah. I put like fat-free mayo in it with water, and it would turn into like an icing, like a cream cheese. It was like insane. You know?
It's crazy the advancement of products. I remember you used to take diet fuel, and like today, like we were talking yesterday, I know you and I were conversing about like products and stuff, and you were like, man, like, you know, what's the big movers now, right? I mean, everyone uses protein, but it seems like, you know, pre-workouts now take the place of fat burners. I mean, you used to have me on ephedra caffeine before I worked out every time.
Yeah, you used to like, what's that brand you used to like, the red and white capsule one?
Yeah, shoot, I forgot, man. But I used to get it from that nutrition store. The kid would hook it up, and I would take ephedra caffeine twice a day, and that's how I would get lean, you know?
Yep.
And then they banned it. But there was always the battle, like who had the strongest one, who had the best combination. I think people still make it nowadays. They have that dimetadrine or whatever. They used to take those little capsules or whatever.
Yeah.
Mix it all together, you know?
I texted your contact yesterday in North Carolina, by the way.
Did he respond or?
Oh, yeah, not yet.
Okay, yeah, he will.
I'm sure he will. I dropped your name.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Kevin knows him too.
Yeah.
So you're using Dave Palumbo protein over there. I'm gonna have to send you some protein, I think.
Yeah, send me some protein.
Do the kids use any protein or not so much?
They use it. Freed's 14, his arms are jacked. They're huge.
Really?
Yeah, he's got crazy cap triceps, and he just does like 25-pound alternate dumbbell curls, some kickback. He wants arms. He's got them.
Yeah. No gym memberships though, right?
No, we had a wide membership, but they're not interested. They're not into it.
Yeah. What's the gym you were going to before? Is it still open? The one where the guy trained at Tony, what's his name?
The Atlas
Yeah.
trains at the Y now too.
Okay. Is there any other gyms up there? Any big gyms or?
There's one down the street from me. It's called the Gym.
Is the World Gym in Portland still there?
Closed. No, they moved from that one went bankrupt, but they opened up a different one. There's like a Planet Fitness and a World's right next to each other downtown.
Yeah, I went to a nutrition store in Portland not too long ago. A few years ago. I think Victor went there too.
Yeah. That was in South Portland, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell a lot of product.
Yeah. It was a good turnout actually.
Yeah, you text me because you said these drives up here remind me when I used to go up.
Yeah. I think Jess came with me. I spoke to Jose yesterday.
Yeah, how's he doing?
He's doing good. He's working on the gym thing,
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that now that like coronavirus is like.
Yeah, we have I got Dave shooting everyone in their gyms now, their quarantine gyms, for JTV. We shot Mac Truck yesterday. We did Brad Rowe's gym. He's trying to get everyone's like quarantine gyms. California's still on lockdown, so.
Yeah. I heard Italy gets unlocked today or tomorrow. Someone said that. They sent me a message.
I know Czech Republic opened last Monday or something, the gym, so they've been open almost a week now. So hopefully it starts to spill over. I think Vegas, they're saying Utah this week the gyms are going to open, and then they're hoping that it spills over to Vegas at some point.
Yeah.
No Vegas for you this year, bro.
I know. I heard that the Nationals just got moved to Los Angeles. I said, oh no.
Yeah, the USA's December 10th.
When maybe it was the USA in LA?
USA got moved to December 10th in LA. Whatever that weekend is, the 10th or somewhere around there, Mr. USA.
Yeah, if it's safe, I'll come out there. LA's fun to come out to visit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, December it's better weather too in LA than it is in Las Vegas.
You don't have the condo in Vegas, LA anymore.
No. I mean, I got calls. I'm starting to get the calls though. They're starting to negotiate a little better.
Yeah.
Problem is it's kind of where around Venice and Marina and all that, it's not as nice as it was before.
I got to put in a blood because we have maximum capacity now for my championship bodybuilding book, Jay, which is why I'm doing my Instagram so I can make some money so I don't lose my buildings.
I used to sell that book a lot.
I know.
You still have the same person doing your print for those?
Same people.
Wow. And so what are you selling? The championship bodybuilding, the fat loss, you selling Understanding Bodybuilding too?
Oh, no, I'm not, because the other two, I was selling that by like 5 to 1. I'm like, I'm not even bothering, it's like taking a nutrition supplement, right? You got 5 different things, and you're like, why am, we got 2 killing it, and one's like still sells, but why even bother?
Yeah, the fat loss book sold the best for me on my website.
Yeah.
The green one sold the most.
Send me your nootropic too. Send me your nootropic.
I'll send you the pre-workout and the I have a cognition product, which is better than taking coffee, but you drink 12 cups of coffee a day.
Someone asked me the other day, what do you think? Do you eat protein bars? I said, ask Jay Cutler.
Oh man. The 1 bars are still the best ones. Ron's bars, I think, are the best ones.
Yeah.
I actually order those.
For who? For yourself?
Yeah, I order. I have a box in here. I order from Amazon.
Does he? Oh, I was good. He don't come from directly to you?
I think he sold the company now. I haven't hit him up. I'm still waiting for my commission checks.
Invoice them.
Yeah. I know. That's why I told him when I saw him at the Arnold last year. I'm like, hey, I'm still waiting for my checks, you know.
You use your pool?
Every day.
Do
Every
you?
day. Yeah,
Let me
every day.
every day. Good for you. Like when
Especially now because I'm home. This is the first time in 20 years I've been home in these weekends. I would have been in Pittsburgh this weekend, and I actually had a double booking. I was in Pittsburgh and FitCon this weekend, so I would have been flying home probably this afternoon.
it's crazy, right?
First time ever. I was
What?
booked every weekend through the spring and summer.
It's the most. I've been home, and usually I'm running around. You know what I mean? I'm home.
Mhm.
Like everyone's home.
Yeah. I can get a lot of stuff done, which is nice. You know, I'm getting a lot of things in line. The business is doing, doing well. I'm reading a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm reading these marketing books right now. I have one book that's sitting outside. I started yesterday. I'll finish today.
Yeah. Anything really good?
Yeah, I'll let you know. I got a couple that I've been through that are pretty good. They're pretty simple. You know, just marketing stuff. I mean, I'm just trying to learn more about anything really, general stuff, easy reads, nothing too complex. Anyone that tells you, hey, we know this is how you market and this is the only way, they don't know what they're doing. Everyone's different and everything changes week to week, month to month.
Yeah. The end
It's
of
like
the day, you have to hustle.
yeah, I mean, it's like a guy that still tells you Facebook ads, do this or do that. Well, guess what? 2 months later, it's totally different. So
Yeah.
content is king. You got to have the content, man. It's
Yeah.
like if you weren't on here, would you sell any books? How would people know about them, right?
No.
I mean,
No.
if you put a picture on your Instagram, it's not going to do enough. You got to talk about it. And I endorse your books. I mean, I sold them for a long time. I mean, I used to study those things. I still have them sitting here somewhere in my book stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing that people say you're going to update them. I said no, I don't know anything new. How's that?
Yeah. I should probably reprint the CEO muscle because a lot of people are asking for it.
Well, you gotta do at some point you gotta do a.
I'm working on a like an autobiography book, but it's just taking a long time. It's a lot of detail, Chris. Like I want to do it right, and so I'm still in my early stages. Like I'm still in Massachusetts on what I've got done so far.
Yeah.
And I have a really good writer that's helping me with it, that knows my career also. So it's going to be right,
Yeah.
But I don't know about training, that book, the CEO Muscle was a lot about training, which I think, my theory is still the same today. I thought you were a high volume trainer. You were talking about low volume the other day.
Well, I tell people all the time. I say you got to do both. You got to move in and out of both.
Yeah.
I mean, the muscle's like ads. It's like marketing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, you got to keep it very open. I tell people, and you got to. You can't do one set. You can't do 100 sets. You got to find like that sweet spot that works for you, and it's all about recovery too.
Yeah, I remember when we train and you'd say, what are you training today? And you'd say, don't overtrain, don't do too many sets. And I used to say, well, how many? Because I do 20. And you'd be like, no, do 8 today,
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to pull back,
Yeah.
because then your body responds better when you do the volume.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I kind of do incorporate with some people that I instruct on training is like a deload week every 4 weeks or something, because otherwise the high volume just beats people to death,
Yeah.
You can't go full capacity all the time. You know how that works.
Yeah, your body's not designed to.
But you don't help the guys with the training as much. I thought it's more nutrition.
Yeah, I just do all nutrition because just too much for me to like. God, how do you analyze your train? I mean, I'm just behind a phone.
Yeah.
When people say, so they can say, Chris doesn't know anything about training. Now I can say 90 wins, 31 different people.
Right.
So
It's funny. All right, well, I'm gonna go walk the dogs. Get back to your people.
okay, yeah, you probably helped me sell like 40,000 books. Probably moved up.
You got to make sure you put it on there. You got to put your link in your bio.
Yeah. I gotta do that. I'm gonna do that.
Tell Fareed to put your link in the bio.
Well,
Amazon.
I will.
All right, bye.
Big J. Jay, why are you commenting scamming saves posts? Let's see. I'm gonna say another couple minutes because I can't top having Jay on. That guy, Jay, is a scammer like Vegas Save. Jay is the man. Jay Cutler is coming to Jay Cutler is coming to. And let's see who's. Maybe I should bring in a stray person who wants to come in. I'm bringing in Mohammed Samini. Oh, he left. Do you think the post office is a strong company? No, it's not. Your tax dollar subsidizes that, but we need them, right? How are you going to get your bills? Let's see. Call Dexter Jackson. I don't know how to call out. Just Jay happened to come on. All right, I'm going to end it. Thank you for coming on. We'll do it again tomorrow.